Dear students, in this video we'll see microwave antennas second module, that is microwave network theory. So we'll see the introduction part and the symmetrical Z and Y matrices for the reciprocal network. So while we're coming for the introduction, a microwave network is formed when several microwave components and the devices such as attenuators, phase shifters, amplifiers and the resonators etc. are coupled together by the transmission lines or waveguides. So the connection of two or more microwave devices and the components form a junction. So here we are studying about Z and Y parameter and the multiport networks also we are going to study in this module. So in a low frequency network, the input and the output variables are voltage and current, which can be related in terms of impedances, admittances, hybrid parameters and ABCD parameters. So suppose if we consider any low frequency network, will have input and input has current and voltage and output also current and voltage. So according to this we can write the Z parameter equations, Y parameter equations, hybrid parameter equations and ABCD parameter equations. So now we can see here, these are the relationship for two-port network of the figure can be represented by. So this is a low frequency two-port network what we have considered, and here the inputs are V1 and current voltage V1 and the current I1, and outputs are current I2 and V2, voltage is out2 V2. So this is here two-port network. So how we are writing the formula here, it is V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2 and V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2, because this is a two-port network we are considering. Yeah, while in the matrix form this will be V1 V2 Z11 Z12 Z21 Z22 I1 I2. So for the admittance, I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2, I2 equals Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. So therefore in the matrix form, I1 I2 Y1 Y12 Y21 Y22 V1 and V2. So hybrid parameters, that is V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2 and I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. So in the matrix form, V1 I1, H11 H12 H21 H22 I1 and V2. So here next we am writing for ABCD parameters. So V1 is equal to AV2 minus BI2, I1 is equal to CV2 minus DI2. So V1 I1, A minus B and C minus D and V2 and I2. So V2 and I2. So these parameters are used for only measuring low frequencies, only for low frequencies. Since in this module we are studying about the microwave frequencies. The microwave frequencies are high frequencies. So here we are going to study one more parameter, that is scattering parameter or S parameters. So the physical length of the device or the line at the microwave frequencies is comparable to or much larger than the wavelength. Due to this, the voltage and current are difficult to measure, so also the above mentioned parameters. So the reason for this is listed below. So that is why we are not going for the low frequency parameter, why we are going for the high frequency parameters. These are the reasons. So the first one is equipment is not available to measure the total voltage and the current at any point. So over a wide range of frequencies, short and the open circuits are difficult to realize. Active devices such as power transistor, tunnel diode, etc. will become unstable under short or open circuit conditions. Because of these three conditions, we are not going for the measuring the low frequencies. So we are going for the another one, that is S parameters for measuring the high frequencies. Therefore, a new representation is needed to overcome these problems at microwave frequencies. So the logical variables are traveling waves rather than voltage and current. So these traveling waves will considering with the parameter, that is scattering or S parameter. So it is represented by the figure like this. So these are called as the traveling waves, and here the ports are S11, S12, S21 and S22. And this is the incident. A1 is the incident and A2 is also incident wave. B1 and B2 are the reflected waves. This is the S parameter two-port network. So the expression for this can be written as B1 is equal to S11 A1 plus S12 A2 and B2 is equal to S21 A1 plus S22 A2. So now we'll see the next topic, symmetrical Z and Y matrices for the reciprocal network. So before going for the derivation, some point we need to know here is, in a reciprocal network, the junction media are characterized by scalar electrical parameter, absolute permeability mu and the absolute permittivity epsilon. So in such a network, the impedance and the admitted matrices become symmetrical. This property can be proved by considering the n-port network. So for proving the symmetrical property, we are considering the n-port network. Now we'll see here, we'll consider electric and the magnetic field. Now EI is the electric and HI is the respective electric and magnetic field intensities at the ith port. And let the total voltage Vn, this total voltage Vn is equal to 0 at all the ports for n is equal to 0, 1, 2 except at ith port. Okay, so if I consider here and HI, this VF, the total voltage will be 0 for n all the values except at ith port. So similarly, we'll consider if EJ and HJ are considered for the jth port with Vn is equal to 0 at all other ports. Okay, so here also what condition we consider, this Vn value is 0 when n is equal to 0, 1, 2 so on except at jth port. So then the reciprocity theorem will have this the closed surface EI into HJ minus EJ into HI into ds equals 0. I am calling this as expression 1, where S is the closed surface area including the junction and n is the number of ports. So for deriving this expression, we are considering n number of ports. So if I consider m number of ports, equation 1 holds good for a all pair of ports. So that is n ports, that is small letter m is equal to n and the closed surface EI HI minus EJ HI into ds equals 0. I am calling this as expression 2. Now next one is, since Vn is equal to 0 for all the values of n except Vi and j. Okay, so the expression is reduced as to over the closed loop surface ith port is EI into HJ ds minus closed loop EJ into HI into ds equals 0. I am calling this as expression 3. Now using the pointing theorem, that is Pij minus Pj is equal to 0, or we can write Pij is equal to Pji. So what is this Pij? We'll see here. The power at the reference plane I due to the input at plane j. And here second one, power at the reference plane j due to the input plane I. Now from equation 4, what we can write is, equation 4 is P. In P, we know that the power will be V into I. So V into I, we have written power, and here also V into I, we have written the power. Now what next step, what I am doing is this I we are representing by the admittance parameter. I should be represented by the admittance parameter, as we know that V is equal to I into R. V is equal to I into R means what will write, Z is equal to V by I. So that is impedance. So suppose if I want to write for the admittance, that is the reverse of that function. So in that, if I take Yij, I should be represented by Yij into Vi is equal to Vi Yij into Vj. So now in this expression, we can see here Vi and Vj, here also Vi and Vj both will get cancelled. So now finally what I can write is Yij is equal to Yji. If admittances are symmetrical, if admittance parameters are symmetrical, we can say that impedance parameters also symmetrical. So these two equation proves that the impedance and the admittance are symmetrical for a reciprocal network.